One of the things to consider when rehousing an old PC is to make sure you get a new cooler. So we're going from an NC or Noctua C14S, which is quite fortunate because Noctua have very nicely, if you ask them, you show proof that you've got a new piece motherboard, rehousing a motherboard with you actually show invoice of the actual cooler that you have and show a picture of the motherboard you're doing, proving that you've got it. They will send you a kit to convert some of the later models into 7775 systems. So here's the conversion kit that Noctua will send you for your 775 system, or some other older systems. I think they do 776s. If you can prove that you've got a motherboard, you're rehousing it into a new with a new cooler from Noctua, they will send you this and you can get it up and running. Give yourself a bit of an overclock quite comfortably without worrying about anything. You can see the comparison by a modern high-end aftermarket cooler to something that was considered okay about 10-20 years ago. Got a bit better, a bit of improvement. Alright, there's the motherboard. It's an Asus P5Q. I've already had it up and running, done a field test, and on you can see the OCZ Vendetta. I think it was a Vendetta 2, I can't remember exactly when I bought it. That was sitting on my other system, which I now put it over onto here. And here we can see, if we have the Noctua, it's actually lower, but much larger cooling surface area. So here's the back plate from Noctua. It's for both 775, 1156 and a 1366 socket. Quite simple. You first off place these bolts into the corresponding space in here. Flip it over and put it onto your back plate. I don't know if you can breathe that. Okay. Alright. Doesn't look like it wants to read it. A bit too close, can't focus on it. Just like that. So there's the heart of the system with the cooler removed. Let's see. There we go. P5Q system. Focus, never mind. And it's got all RAM populated, so this is the main reason. If you do have a P5Q system, you can get 16 gigabytes DDR2 in. Just so you can be a bit more useful in the modern day. So here's the case we're putting into, the Riotoro. It's the smallest full-size case to get a full-size ATX motherboard in. It is a bit fiddly, but it's got grills at the front and grills on top and grills on the side, so it actually has proper airflow, unlike quite a few other ones, shall we say. the power supply is going to be a Corsair RM1000i. Now, yes, this is an excessive piece of kit for what I'm doing, but I found it as a bargain. Got it browsing Amazon one day, and there it is for £65. So apparently it's from a liquidation sale, and not bad, I thought to myself. I'll buy that. So there we go, one RM1000i for £65. Dual 2.5 and 3 1/4 discs holders. There's a 2.5 and your 3-inch disc again, and your 3-inch disc on this side, with your power supply in. Yes, that is a full scale 1000, with, if you can see that, quite a bit of space there for cable management. Now here you can see just about the spaces that are already arrived. Now the middle spacer in this board is actually a stud, so you want to watch out you don't want to be caught down trying to screw down onto a stud, but all the spaces are already installed, which is quite nice. Now time for the motherboard. Unlike most builds, this one you're going to have to start with a power supply inside the case. Also, you're going to have to remove a little bit the two trays. You've got the 3.5 and the 2.5 trays. Remove those, slip in your power supply, and then slip in or fit in your motherboard. So we have the cooler in, and you can see just about, get that light sorted out, just underneath the casing, so it just fits. Imagine all that lovely air being blown down onto the rams, and 2 fans straight into that. Should be quite cool, but the cable management in this case is quite tricky. So let's carry on. There is the system up and running, installed. Windows kicking in. So we have a Sapphire Pulse RX 580 here, with the eye of updating this computer motherboard at a later stage, probably with an AM4 system, but you see it all fits just about. Full ATX system. I have tried it with the RX 590 and that won't work. It's a bit too big. But yep, up and running. Put the acrylic case back on. Space. Whole system. Nice warm blue glow. Original fans were red, like the top, but went for blue glow instead. So there we go. So you can improve and still use some of these older systems and still get quite a lot of stuff done. It's only actually some of the fewer modern games that won't have trouble running, but yeah, you can save a lot of money and build a system that you can upgrade for a modern system later, but the actual motherboard and CPU should be fairly cheap nowadays. Okay, good luck. Bye.